Adam 22 is very upset, angry, pissed off at BrickBaby, and he just dropped a 14-minute video expressing the such. Now, he's upset at BrickBaby because BrickBaby released a video on his channel from prison where he essentially took some shots at Adam.
That's the one thing, man. I ain't fighting life. You know what I mean? It's gonna be over one day. You know what I mean? You can't. Hey, it's that big old deal, man. It's the Bricc, man. Why everybody laid up with their feet up out there vacationing, playing like they ain't got nothing for the kids, man. You already know we still keeping it strong. No, nothing from.
This call is from a federal prison.
Hey, sometimes it be a mental test to see where hard at in his chest, man. You know what I'm saying? Well, they use you, abuse you. As soon as you get out the way, they act like they ain't worried about losing you. You know what I mean?
MF's on vacation with their feet up, acting like they don't got nothing for you. MF will use you and throw you out the way, and as soon as you gone, they act like they ain't afraid to lose you. Oh, who could he be talking about? Well, obviously, Adam 22, the big 22-ster. And this ain't the first time. BrickBaby called into No Jumper at some point and said that Adam ain't been picking up his phone calls. All right, Adam responded back claiming, no, his girlfriend was supposed to call Adam. She forgot, she dropped the ball, so it was actually on the girl and not Adam, but they fixed it and they spoke afterwards. But then this happened. Now, from my perspective, what BrickBaby said is whatever. I don't even feel like Adam would be tripping too hard on what Bricc said. He would kind of understand it and treat it as a part of the game. However, the 22-ster took BrickBaby's comment a little harsh and a little personal because he found out that BrickBaby apparently had a conversation with a former employee, Sharp, and Sharp revealed to the world that BrickBaby told him a couple of things, and he heard firsthand that Adam was turning his back on BrickBaby, and Adam felt like BrickBaby crossed the line by talking to Sharp about him.
You know, when he was calling, Adam, he ain't answering, or whatever the case may be. He's calling people, and they not picking up. Now they're avoiding him. Why is that? Boy, why ain't you answering Bricc calls? You ain't doing nothing right. Y'all been making content about them for the last 2 weeks. Why is it that he ain't received a paycheck? And motherfuckers is making money off of what he been doing, and I'm hearing that, from reliable sources, his people, done reached out about it, and, they're not getting no feedback on it, no response. I mean, they did have a life before he went to jail, homie. Like I said, that's what happens at jobs. Like, he don't get his money. And missing out on some bands because he ain't there. Come on, brother. That ain't cool. You're supposed to make sure that he got it. His baby mama or nobody ain't received nothing. Like, just even the money that he's owed legitimately for what, the work that he's done. Because I know he got a salary. Why ain't that man received his bread? Like, what's going on? Give him his bread. He at a point right now where he could use that for his family. He still got, he got kids in school. He got all types of going on. How do you use his bread, homie? It's a time where he probably need it the most. What I'm saying is very simple. I don't care what the case may be. He got kids. He got shit going on. At least get in his last movement, his last hoorah before you say him. But I knew that shit was coming, homie. I knew that was coming. I seen it. I just shut up. I'm like, let it rock. Just be careful. Man, now look. Y'all made money off the man's name. I ain't gonna say y'all because that pinpoints too many people. But certain people have made money off of the likeliness of that whole situation for the last couple of weeks and ain't put $1 towards it. Man, I know the real people, man. His loved ones. Like, you know what I'm saying?
This is what really got Adam mad and pissed off. What BrickBaby said is cool. Adam, to be honest, if Sharp hadn't made this video, Adam probably would have just let the BrickBaby stuff go. But Adam couldn't let Sharp get in one up on him. So Adam did a 40-yard dash from vacation, came back straight to the pocket. Bro, Adam got back from vacation and go home. He drove directly to the studio, bro, to pick up this podcast mic to respond back to BrickBaby and Sharp. So Adam will pretty much start off by saying, that BrickBaby owes him a lot of money. He would say BrickBaby owes him a very significant amount of money. And he actually gives the exact figure and when the money was borrowed.
Okay. So if you didn't catch it, this is a thinly veiled shot at the 22-ster. I was on vacation. I did have my feet kicked up. But let's talk about BrickBaby. And in particular, the financial side of my relationship with the Bricc, not the trick. When BrickBaby came on the platform 2 years ago, pretty quickly, the feds ran up in his crib and raided him. He needed money to get out. Now, it's been discussed at length that I fronted him an amount of money, $5,000, so that he could get out the same day that he was picked up. I know Whack 100 and a few other people have been spreading information saying that this was cap. I don't know. Honestly, the other day in the Reddit, somebody posted information saying that he really did have a bail and that was where the $5,000 went. I never really heard about it. I heard rumors in the streets that maybe this money was not required for him to be bailed out, that he didn't have a bail. But I did see these screenshots in the Reddit that make it seem as if he did have a bail. I didn't make a big deal out of it. I gave him the money, had to get him back out on the streets.
It doesn't just stop at this 5,000. There's more. But for this particular 5,000, I would say, yes, Adam did help out Bricc, but I believe that investment was mutually beneficial. That $5,000 was a great investment. He got a great return on that investment, essentially because at that particular time, that's when AD, T-Rail, everybody left, and No Jumper was looking for a third No Jumper show host, right? And they tried out Court, they tried out BrickBaby, and BrickBaby was obviously somebody who the fans gravitated towards. So when you just got some steam rolling after the huge debacle and everybody left, and this is a host that everybody loves on the show, then 5,000 to me isn't really that much to retain that particular host. So to me, this was goodwill and good faith on Adam's behalf, but it also was mutually beneficial. But it doesn't just stop at this 5,000 though, right? Bricc came to Adam again for another bag.
I knew that he had potential. I knew that I could take him from being a marginal figure in the LA podcasting space to being one of, if not the most talked about person in the podcasting space, which is exactly what has happened over the course of the past couple of years. Never asked him for the money back. Never asked for it. You feel me? Now, to his credit, for like 2 years after that, he did not ask me for any additional funds. So from my perspective, I was just like, okay, whatever. This is part of doing business. I gave him the $5K. I'm not going to bring it up again. And over the course of those 2 years, my prediction did come true. BrickBaby basically soared to new heights, became one of the most talked about people in the community. And as far as our relationship, I would like to think that we actually became something like friends. We got closer and closer, spent time hanging out various times, went out to a lot of different parties and stuff, basically formed a relationship that honestly was a little bit more developed than the type of relationship that I've formed with most of the hosts that No Jumper has had over the years. Fast forward to a couple months ago, BrickBaby reaches out to me again, asks if he can borrow a couple $1,000s for, I don't know, he's like moving into a new spot or some shit like that. I said, okay. Didn't even bring up the fact that I had let him borrow this $5,000. I figured after 2 years, shit, whatever. So I let him borrow this additional $2,000-$3,000. I forget what it was. And then very soon after that, like I'm talking like a week later, he gets picked up by the feds, right? Ever since then, there's been murmurings, people wondering, what is Adam 22 going to do to help out Bricc in this situation? Now, from my perspective, I'm $7,000, $8,000 in the hole in terms of money that I have let you borrow, which I'm not really the kind of person who lets people borrow money all the time. Like, of everybody who's ever worked for me, I honestly don't think I can think of a situation in which any of them have borrowed money from me. Like, that's just not really the kind of relationship that I like to have with people who work for me. If it is an emergency, okay, we could do something. But for the most part, it's just not really how I get down. It's like, I don't like to have that kind of thing going on. I pay you for your service and you do the job and we're good. But as far as taking out loans consistently, constantly, I'm not really into it.
There's two dynamics at play here. BrickBaby and Adam, the friends, because BrickBaby and Adam are closer in age, so that's probably why Adam was quicker or easier to develop a relationship with BrickBaby than he is probably with other employees who are probably significantly younger. And then there's BrickBaby and Adam, the employer and the employee. Both Adam and BrickBaby is struggling with this dynamic and figuring out where the lines are. Most people won't be able to pick up the phone and call their employer to ask for money, right? But if that's your homie, you can. So Adam is forced to operate from an employer and a friend. And I feel like that's significantly harder than having to operate from an employee and a friend. You feel me? Because as an employer, you are the one who is tasked with the hard decisions. You're the one who has to let them know, hey, bro, you ain't getting a raise this year. Hey, bro, we got to take away some of your pay. Hey, bro, you're not really doing your job. You're fired. So you got to do certain things that's difficult. As the friend and the employee, well, you get all the perks. So when BrickBaby gets locked up, the employer is saying, well, man, bro, you get locked up. You about to be locked up for another like 2 or 3 years fighting this case, bro. You are still on payroll. We can't really keep you on payroll because you're not really working. We can't keep somebody who's in jail on 3 years, right? Like you don't expect to be kept on payroll if you work at McDonald's or work at a call center. They won't keep you on payroll if you get arrested and fighting the case for 3 years. And like No Jumper is currently having money issues. We can't afford to keep somebody who's not working on payroll. But the friend is saying, that's my homie. I don't care if he already borrowed $8,000. He's currently in jail fighting the case. His family is going through it. I got your back, bro. Let's rock out. Yo, what's mine is yours. You need to be on payroll you feel me, to pay your bills. All right, bro, here. So these are dynamics you really have to navigate. And in most situations, if that was me, I'm heartless. I'll be real. I'm heartless, bro. You feel me? My business usually comes before friendships. But with Adam and Bricc, it's a little different. So Adam would explain how he's been trying to navigate that and why it's been kind of difficult. But he would also say that BrickBaby never really asked him for money since he'd been locked up. And he would also say that he feels disappointed that BrickBaby never talked to him about these things, but he talked to Sharp about it.
Throughout our relationship so far. But I say all that to just set the stage. Then he gets locked up, and people are pretty much automatically, suggesting in the comments, people talking about it on podcasts, is Adam going to pay for his lawyer? Is Adam putting money on his books? Whatever. And I'm going to be real with you. For like the first month that he was locked up, he didn't ask me for shit. He didn't say anything about it, which I kind of appreciated because I feel like if I just gave you $2,000 like immediately before you got locked up, it is kind of weird for you to get locked up and then be like, hey, like, can I have even more money, especially given this prior debt? Because my thing is like, if you want to get an official verdict on how I'm willing to help you out financially, in addition to what I've done for you previously, I feel like you should be upfront about that. I've talked to Bricc on the phone a whole bunch of times since he's been locked up, including like the day before this video came out, and it was none of this energy at all. And in addition to that, we've got people like Sharp, who don't got a pot to piss in, who ain't done nothing for Bricc, who can't do anything for anybody because he's dead broke. He's coming out, making YouTube videos, doing streams where he's passing judgment on what I've done for Bricc. Keep in mind, I've had Bricc on salary for 2 years straight. Even when he was missing shows, even when he was out of town doing whatever, never fronted on him in terms of the money. Now we've got Sharp, who, Sharp has never done anything besides women and be ugly, and he's out here trying to cast judgment on me.
Me just being objective and non-biased because I love Bricc and I love Adam. I probably wasn't as close with either of them as they were together, but I love them both. You feel me? But if BrickBaby never told Adam this and they were on the phone the day before and they were talking and they had a conversation and it was all cool, but Bricc is going public with it and telling Sharp, that's wrong. That's wrong. And Bricc, listen, bro, Bricc knows. Bro, I love you. Hey, listen, bro. Bricc, bro, bro, listen, bro, I'm doing my part, bro. You feel me? I'm doing my part. Feel me? While you there, bro, I got you. But you wrong for this, bro, if you never told him. Now, again, this is Adam's part. BrickBaby hasn't spoken out yet, so we don't know, all right? But from Adam's perspective, if what Adam is saying is true, Bricc is wrong for that, bro. You're supposed to have the conversation man to man, bro. Now, I know it can be difficult to tell the homie, yo, I have expectations from you because as a man, you really don't want to tell nobody you expect something from them or you need them. But if you have expectations or you need a homie, hey, bro, yo, I need you right now, bro, but I don't feel like you tell Sharp or tell the public before you tell Adam. Now, this is the part where I kind of where I got really wide-eyed. I said, whoa, hold on. This is a very interesting choice of words. Adam spoke on the future of BrickBaby on No Jumper, and Adam says he has concerns about BrickBaby returning back to the platform. This left me stunned, people.
So if this is true, this is the first and only source that I've heard from that has specified this in any way. Do I have concerns about BrickBaby returning to the platform? Yes, obviously that would be kind of interesting, and I would wonder about the level of heat that it would draw to the building. Obviously, things like the gun that they saw in his waistline that I didn't see and that I don't think the comments saw, but that was pointed out in his bail hearing that he had a strap on him. That kind of thing is the kind of thing that I would want to really be on point with.
From my perspective, that sounds like the last time we've seen BrickBaby on No Jumper. Listen, I haven't talked to Adam about this. We haven't had a conversation. I'm just strictly giving, bro, Adam might see this and be mad at me. Adam, I love you, bro. I'm sorry. But from the wording of that, hey, bro, it might bring some heat to the office. This might not be the best option to come back. We got to be careful. Hey, bro, that wording like that, man, and Brick might be fighting this case for 2 or 3 years. Wording like that, it sounds like that might be the last time we've seen BrickBaby on camera, man. Feel me? At No Jumper, bro. But hey, y'all let me know in the comment section. What do you guys think? What's your thoughts on this? Free BrickBaby if he's innocent. Bring bro home if he ain't do it. Let me know in the comment section, all right? What do y'all take on this, okay? And if you're still watching, click on this video right here to find out why it's really bad news for Shannon Sharpe after new evidence got leaked that left everyone shocked. This new evidence had my mouth on the floor. So click on this video right here for another dope video, right? To find out exactly what's going on with Shannon Sharpe. I'm going to see you guys in this video somewhere on my screen. I'm out of here, folks. Peace.